jury's definitely going to be out on whether or not this was the best of the trilogy. I'll give it this. This was the most intense of the trilogy. If you don't know by now, this is the review of John Wick Chapter 3. Now, I just got through seeing it. Now, throughout all the John Wick movies, I mean, mostly with the gung fu thing and the intense martial arts, mixed martial arts fights, and just headshot combat, and just straight up action pack intensity of it. None of the other John Wick movies, Chapter 1 nor Chapter 2, made me flinch or cringe as much as this one. You ask yourself, how are they going to raise the stakes after giving us the action pack and the thrills that they gave us in part 1 and part 2? The great thing about part 1 was we didn't know what to expect. Part 2, how are they going to build and do better than what they did before? And then the same problem comes with the third one. Now, as far as hand-to-hand combat, it started at like a 9, and it kept flowing from a 7 to a 10. Never went below a 7, in my opinion, as far as action, as far as grit, as far as cringeworthy. Oh my God, headshots. I mean, how can you raise the stakes from gut-wrenching hand-to-hand combat fights and where you see people get stabbed at close range? Well, then we bring the camera even closer. How do you compete with point blank range, headshots after intense gunfights or martial arts? You make the headshots not work. You got to see what I'm talking about. Or you make the headshots bigger. I mean, things like that. You raise the stakes. Now, it seems like this movie did a good job at like setting the tone, and the tone was set from the very opening. This movie picks up 2 minutes after the last one, so it was already raised. That's what I love about this movie. It's not like a 5 years later, 10 days later kind of a situation. This guy is going through hell, and it just keeps going. I love the callbacks to the things that makes this franchise great. All this over a puppy, we got that line. Again, we're gonna need guns, lots of guns. And it got to a point where that's not enough guns. When I said a lot, I mean a lot more than that, more than what we've ever needed. If I remember correctly, I think John Wick, either the first one or the second one, set the record for the most bullets ever shot. Was that Matrix? Am I thinking about the Matrix? Or was that John Wick? I think it was John Wick. But I don't know if this record was shattered again this time. But it was a lot of guns. It opened up the world beyond New York, beyond just the Continental. It really showed you that this is an international organization, and you finally got to see the people or the person at the table. You got to see more of the high table, and you got to see even beyond that. That's how you raise the stakes. Now it's all about going to war with these people, the powers that be. I gotta say, the whole entire cast did a great job with this. Let me look this up really fast, guys. Guns, lots of guns. All of this over a puppy, and I gotta give John Wick the benefit of doubt that it wasn't. Even though his dog is the reason why we're doing this, and and it's not just about the dog, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And this time, it wasn't just about his dog. This time, there's some other dogs in play with Holly Berry that caused more chaos than necessary. And you've got to understand that what this movie did was it set the tone for, I guess, the spinoff that's coming forward. A Continental spinoff. Holly Berry. The reason why people are saying that Holly Berry can move along in this franchise on her own, be like a female version of John Wick, I have to agree. I was afraid that we were just going to see an uninteresting version of John Wick, and just, oh god, it's one of those situations where people are complaining like, oh my god, we got something awesome with this character, and now we're just gonna get a female version of it. And it's pretty much what you. It's not what you got in this one. You got a protege situation on this, who is just as good as the mentor, and it acknowledges that it's John Wick, and Halle Berry's character is a mentor mentee situation, but it's almost like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I'm comparing that Halle Berry might be the Obi-Wan Kenobi in this situation. May not be as powerful as or stronger than, but can carry her own, and would be very believable in this. If this is the direction that Halle Berry is going with her career in action, oh yes, very excited about that, and I can't wait to see it. The dogs, it once again found another set of dogs with her character that you're gonna go crazy over again, just as how you felt about the original puppy. Not because they were cute or anything like that. I mean, these are deadly dogs, but just the fact that they were, you cared more, just like a regular character. They were a character, the star, co-stars of the movie, all on their own, that you felt deeply about. Let me look something up real fast. John Wick Chapter 3. Let me look up the cast because there's so many people to name. Let's run down the list. Sophia, that's Halle Berry. Awesome. Angelica Hudson, the director. You figure out, you learn when people say that John Wick came full circle again. That's where it looks like it really began. Who stole the show in this one? Two different people. Now it feels like Asia Kate Dillion. They are doing almost the same character, like from Billions, but it fit, and it definitely worked in this situation. I thought that she was going to be like the Ruby Rose character, just a tad bit, but she was not totally different on her own. I don't know what to expect from this person moving forward. I was really blown away by Mark Dacascos' character Zero. Not just because he was funny, but he had balance on his intensity, his seriousness, his dedication, and his humor. Perfect balance between. I was not surprised or like thrown off for a loop over it, either one of them. It all flowed perfectly with this character. You thought, oh my gosh, this guy's like a psychopath? No, just knows I probably like life is too short and gotta laugh. so and it wasn't over the top. It wasn't done to a point where it was like exhausting, like, oh my god, it's a stupid joke. Every joke that he threw in fit in a dramatic and an intense and an action-packed scene. John Wick reminds me, feels like this third chapter is kind of like what how the Expendables third movie should have landed. And this movie stuck its landing where the Expendables kind of crashed and burned. John Wick Chapter 3, it raised the stakes on every level. And I'm going to say, only because of the fact that you got to give the benefit of the doubt for the originals. You don't know what to expect, and you're pleasantly surprised, and you're blown away. So the first one is always going to hold a special place. So I'm going to say, in this order, it's probably right now where it stands is 1, 3, 2. But they still all flow like one movie. And I recommend going to go see it. I think this movie might take the top spot away from Avengers Endgame, and I guess we just gotta wait to see. Let me know after you go check it out. Let me know what you thought about it. What do you think moving forward? The operating, the administration office. This made me more. At first, when I saw administration, I thought, okay, so that's something that's there in the background. But now with the further characters that's being added to it, something is happening. I'll say this: Robin Taylor from the Gotham is an. I thought it was only women. He's there. He's an administrator. That was interesting to me. Does that mean we're casting a guy like him to be an administrator, or are we going to see more? Where's this war going to take us? Are we going to see more from that? I want to know. I really want to know more about it through the Continental series. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to more John Wick. I'm looking forward to Sophia's character. There's so many directions that this thing can splinter off, and I hope that it's exactly what it does. Can it be too much? Can it be overkill? Probably. But I feel like they're still grounded where the series can be done right. I feel like there's even a situation where maybe Sophia doesn't get like her own, but maybe it's still in a instead of the slot where a John Wick movie would be, maybe a Sophia movie, or it's where while John Wick can one day, like maybe for one episode or no episode or chapter, lay low, let Sophia take over and push the story further, and and still call it chapter 4 or 5 or whatever. Still stay within the chapters. Maybe that's what they're gonna do. I hope so. Let me know what you guys think after you guys see this movie. Check it out. I don't think I'm gonna do a spoilers talk on it. I'm gonna just sit back and just get your thoughts on it. And I enjoyed. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna probably see it again. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Put it in the box. And until next time, guys. Peace.